Hey everyone, my name is Adam Nadens. This is my intro video for AEP 858. Start off, I want to talk about myself just a little bit. My family, I am married. We have two kids. We have a boy who's almost 3 and a little girl who's almost 7 months. So our house is fairly busy right now. We also have a little dog. She is about the cutest little dog in the world. My roles at the school that I'm at right now, I am a fourth grade teacher. This is going to be my 9th year in education, and I have been at the same school teaching fourth grade for all 8 years so far, going into my ninth. I really enjoy everything that entails and all the kids that I get to encounter on a yearly basis and daily basis for that matter. I also coach middle school basketball. I'm the head middle school basketball coach in the school district that I'm at. So I also get to interact with some middle school kids as well. And as you can see, I'm the high school baseball coach. I'm the head high school baseball coach. So throughout the course of a year, I get to interact with elementary school kids. I get to interact with middle school kids. I get to interact with high school kids. So it's kind of nice to get all three levels of that going on. I also do the public address announcing for varsity high school football and varsity high school basketball games. So throughout the course of the year, I'm interacting with all kinds of ages of kids. I also get to interact with the administration at different levels as well. So that's kind of nice to be able to work with elementary school principal, middle school principal, a high school principal, and the athletic directors as well. The current data collection methods we have going on at our school right now are kind of varying as we go through the Gemini process. In my 8 years, it's been kind of hit and miss. It's changed a few times of what we've done to collect data and then analysis and do all the analysis with that data. But right now, as we go through the Gemini process, things are changing. We still do state assessments for math and reading for fourth grade, so we use that a little bit. A big one that we use is map testing. We'll do that at the beginning, middle, and end of the year to kind of progress monitor to make sure our kids are improving as we go. We also use Ames Web is what we had used for the entire time up until this year, and we finally got rid of that. That was monitoring for reading, for fluency and comprehension. We do some web-based programs that can monitor more monthly rather than maybe at the beginning of the year and end of the year to kind of help us progress monitor a little more frequently. A big one that I like to use and that we use is informal assessment, which I can easily do day to day, hour to hour, class period to class period. So that really helps as well. How I use my data that I collect day to day, I'm using multiple methods. I can chart, I sort, I use all that information to adapt on the fly, sometimes day to day, sometimes hour to hour. I believe in some of our methods more than others. Like I talked about that Ames Web, I wasn't a huge fan of that. There were some other ones that we had done in the past that maybe didn't quite help as much day-to-day aspect-wise to giving us complete data on the kids. I am a huge fan of informal testing. I'm able to gather information right away and adapt on the fly then that way, and I can see whether kids are getting it right then and there rather than waiting for a test to tell me or only getting to do something once or twice a year. I believe in understanding each individual student's needs. Not every kid is going to learn the same way, and we all know that. A plan I would propose, a big factor for me would be to understand student backgrounds. Where do these students come from? Where are they starting off with you at? You may be a kindergarten teacher. You may be a high school teacher. Where is this kid starting off? Where do they come from? What's their home life like? We need to have a baseline. Start off collecting data at some point. What is your baseline? What kind of data do you have to start with? Use multiple methods of assessment. Don't just use one. You need to try 3, 4, 5 different methods so you're getting a hopefully more accurate reading on a kid. We need to understand how a student learns, and then we need to adapt and be flexible as we go through this process geared towards the kids. A big one for me, I think we actually need to use this data to help us improve our teaching. A lot of times I feel like we go through the process of collecting data, go through the analysis, here's what it tells us, but we never really fully commit to making those changes in our teaching to do what's best for the kids. So that was my intro video. Thanks for the time, and good luck the rest of the way in this course.